Minister for Tourism, Honorable Dr. Ernest Hilaire, is faced with harsh backlash pertaining to the implementation of his contemporary tourism development bill. The policy proposed as a means to ensure assistance for newcomers into the tourism sector as well as hold tourism officials and hotels responsible for their actions has come under severe criticism as opposition Senator Dominic Fedee accused the minister of granting himself an excessive amount of power and control over the tourism sector.
This act has some very, very dangerous clauses in it. It gives the minister a whole lot of power, whereby before tourism incentive legislation that would have come to the House, various pieces, would have stated clearly what investors can get in terms of the amount of concessions that they can get. So if you're opening a Airbnb, you're opening a one-bedroom apartment, you're opening a site or an attraction, it was very clear for what's the maximum amount of years, what's the maximum percentage that you can get. The government has now given that discretion not to the legislation, but they have now given that discretion to the Minister of Tourism, a person who is on record of saying that he's in government now and he could use his position in government to go after people who have exposed him on the Rovergate scandal.
Senator Fedee emphasizes that this is the first time a minister has attempted to give themselves a surplus of power over a sector, and this is the power that no one should want.
Therefore, we believe that this is very dangerous for the administration of incentives in this country, and I would not want that level of power as a Minister of Tourism. No other Minister of Tourism has ever sought to give themselves that kind of power. Not Philip J. Pierre, not Romanus Lancico, not George Mallet, not Alan Chasney. But this is the first time in the history we see that a minister is trying to empower himself at such lengths so that he can determine whether you are of a different political persuasion, that you can come under his acts and you can be victimized. This is very unconscionable, and the minister needs to rethink this. The first thing the United Workers' Party will do when we assume office is to repeal this clause, which allows one person to have as much power as the minister has given himself.
In addition, the former Minister for Tourism highlighted the negative impact of the island's concession policy and the possibility of halting the growth of foreign investment.
This is going to definitely impede the growth of foreign direct investment into our country. This puts St. Lucia in a very uncompetitive position. This is an attack on St. Lucian jobs, because when we don't have the kind of foreign investment flows that we want to see, this impedes our ability to create jobs within the tourism industry, impedes our ability to create a market for farmers, impedes our ability to create more taxi trips and more vendor sales. This is regressive and not progressive.
Despite the promised positives that the new tourism development bill may have on our tourism sector, criticism and condemnation has been expressed by Senator Fedee, as he does not approve of the excessive amount of power that will be granted to the Minister for Tourism. For Choice News Now, this is Obi Offer reporting.